golf show law requires us to discuss the major that occurred this past.
I think
weekend.
it's your YouTube channel. Like they probably would get me by association, but I think you'd get arrested if we did it.
Sure.
Yeah.
If there's it's like, copyright violations, not talking about the golf major.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two big ones.
So if you don't know,
yeah, there was a Masters event that took place over the weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to That Range Life, a show sometimes about golf. It's episode 64. You will be watching it, should be watching this on April 15th. Most importantly, it's tax day.
It was tax day. It's not tax day now. It got pushed out.
It got pushed out?
It did. It got pushed out another month. I think it's May 15th now is tax day.
I honestly didn't know. And I thought we were doing a public service here. Be like, guys, finish watching this episode. Leave a comment, subscribe if you aren't already, and go do your taxes. TurboTax, right. Man. It makes it so easy.
I know that because I'm waiting.
All right. Fair enough.
I don't know why I'm waiting. I already know what's going to end up happening.
Is this a Chris McEwen has a point to make, or is this just see if anything changes?
Maybe some windfall of money will come, or the government will be like, "Don't worry about it, McEwen. Don't worry about the tax bill this year." Be like, great.
I think this is probably an area. Do not comment in the comment section about this.
I'm not evading taxes. I will pay my taxes.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant tax beliefs and what have you.
Right. Fair.
It's not this kind of show. Okay. Real quick. I need to do something. All right. You looking? You watching?
Mm-hmm.
You see that all?
Oh, yeah, I do. What do you got back there?
I'm just like you now. We're doing blue today.
That's right. We're doing. There. The
problem is the blue blends in with the sign too much. I feel like I have to do it.
Air.
I have to do a different color.
There you go.
I've tried a lot of ways.
And what color do you want to use? Red? There.
Oh, you want to do red today? We're doing red. All right, I can do red with you.
Where'd my red go? Oh, that's a bad color.
Let's do green. Let's do green.
Yeah, there's green.
I got that this week.
Green.
I've been waiting. I didn't text you because I wanted you to see it live on air. Let's get down to business here. Hey, do us a favor. Go down here. Subscribe to Chris's YouTube channel. We have vlogs. We have equipment reviews. We have unboxings. We have, I said gear reviews, blogs. This show.
That's right.
This show once a week.
That's right.
Subscribe to it. Get these in your feed. Watch them all. If you want to get real crazy like the two of us with our favorite YouTube channels, hit the bell. Get the notification.
That's right.
You'll know when the latest video is up. And we're cranking them out these days. Cranking them out.
Hoping to have a little course vlog, a little course love letter, if you will, coming out here relatively soon. Maybe Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a Sunday morning watch for some people to start their morning.
Especially if you're like, I wasn't going to golf today, but after that love letter, I'm in.
Right, that's exactly right.
But maybe it won't be. You don't know what day, but if you hit that bell, you're going to get notified.
Well, no.
Next order of business, go to secondcitygolf.com. Pick up the latest wares from Driving Range Heroes, Chris McEwen, That Range Life, Golf Unfiltered. If you're a fan of our buddy Adam, help us out. When I say help us out, this isn't putting money in our pockets. Again, this is a reminder. This is letting other people know about the brands that you love and adore so much and want to see succeed. So, of course, we can keep making videos for you guys. I mean, we do it all for you. That's why you need to buy the hoodies, the hats, the bucket hats, the golf shirts, the t-shirts, the mugs.
The mugs, yeah.
Oh, it's so good. I got a great cocktail going right now. It's not really, calling it cocktail's a stretch. Head over there. Check it out. Let's get down to the real business you're all here for. Gear talk. Big gear talk today. I sent Chris.
Good one.
I sent Chris a message and said, hey, Chris, I'm ready to, do you want to go tonight for recording? Or do you want to do tomorrow night? And he goes, hey, let's go tonight. I said, all right. He goes, what's on the agenda? I said, well, you have 3 options.
Mm-hmm.
You have option 1, option 2, and option 3. So option 1, man. It's option 1.
That was an easy call considering the options, and also I think considering the timing of different things that are happening. So, yeah, this is a good one. What is it, William?
We recently covered this brand. I'm giving it away here with the Sub 70 hoodie.
That's right.
We're going to talk about the 949X hybrid that recently came out. And I know we just talked about the... Oh, I got a little driving range Matt Schmutz on it. Sorry. That's not good for the show. Well, you know, high res visibility here.
That's right.
We did just talk about the TA3 irons, I think 2 episodes ago, something like that. Right. And I normally I'd say, look, we are the official Sub 70 and Tour Edge YouTube channel. I know, but we like to let them breathe a little bit, but we just had to get to this one. A good thing I put the head cover back on. Shout out Scott Redmond Concepts.
Do we want to do a quick thumbnail picture before we start Gear Talk?
Hang on. All right. Tell us when.
All right. I'll count us in. 3, 2, 1. All right. Good job, everybody.
Good. Everybody, thank you. Everybody did a great job today on that one.
All right, so that's Gear Talk. That's going to be a fun one. I'm interested to hear your feedback on that because I feel like there's been some good press, some hot press on that.
But polarizing, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I don't know if you knew this. As you're watching this last weekend, a little tournament called the Masters was played. We'll talk about it a little. I feel like you have to. We're obligated to. If you're,
it won't be much because it was at this point it was 4 days ago, and that's forever ago. In this, this news cycle world of ours. So, but we'll touch on it.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Chris and I both made trips to the driving ranges this weekend as we're recording this weekend.
It's true.
And both, with different members of our families, and it sounds like both of us had a quite lovely time. So we'll talk about that. I have one thing I need to get off my chest before we get into Gear Talk. Chris, okay. I have a problem.
A problem, singular? Okay.
Well, or whatever 6 is so far. Starting Thursday morning, I get shooken awake. Right about when I have to get up anyway, but like at 6:30 in the morning. Bill, there's a mouse in the kitchen.
Oh, no.
Great. So sure enough, I go see there's a mouse in the kitchen and scatters away. Okay, great. Call my dad. Again, good reason your parents live across the street. Dad, do not have anything to deal with a mouse, do you? And he goes, yeah, I got some mouse traps. Just grab some of them and set them. But Dad, I just realized something. I'm 36 years old. I've never set a mouse trap in my life.
Oh, my God.
He's like, all right, I'll bring a mouse trap over. So he comes over. I'm like, oh, that's easy. I can handle it. We set it Thursday morning. Thursday night, take the dog out at like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Come back inside. Put the pathetic dog that I have down with my wife on the couch. Go and just go to check back at the mouse trap. Got one. So I got one sometime in that small window of time.
Was it cool? Did it snap its neck? Was it dead?
Yeah.
Arrival?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, as far as I know, right?
Yeah.
But it was dead.
Arrival, but okay.
Cool. Well, we got the mouse, but usually there's more than one. Okay. So reset the trap. Sure enough, wake up in the morning, there's another one.
Oh, man.
All right, we're 2 in. Set the trap again, go all day. Sitting downstairs the next night watching TV and just hear a little ricocheting around upstairs in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, got another one. So, give it a little time.
God, man.
Go up. Number 3. All right. Dump it out, take care of it, clean up. Okay, great. Set the trap again. Like wake up at midnight. Oh man, I'm stirring. I'm going to go see another mouse by midnight.
So they're coming in from somewhere.
Well, right. So that was
There's
4.
There's no way you're right. Yeah.
That's 4 of them.
Yeah.
Brings us to, I think I got my days wrong, but either way, I now have 4 in 2 nights.
Right.
Set the traps. So last night, my parents came over for dinner, and my dad and I pulled out. They're like going. We've seen them now going behind our stove or oven.
Mm-hmm.
Pull that thing out. Yeah, there's a couple holes not out, and
Sure.
fair enough. And look, we live in a 1950s house. We live like right by some woods. It's that time of year. My dad's like, I've never lived in a house that eventually doesn't have mice. So we made it 6.5 years. Not bad. So we pull out the oven. Sure enough, there's like 2 holes in the drywall where it looks like that's where they came out of. Stuffed them with steel wool, duct taped it over. Okay, great. Feeling pretty good. Still setting the traps anyway. Sure enough, like 10 o'clock at night, got another one.
It's time to burn the house down.
Well, that's what I told my wife. Like at this point, just burn it down. And so
they're taking over. They're going to take over your house.
And then we woke up this morning to number 6. So we have 6.
Oh my God, man.
That's 6 in 3 days. Well, and that's not uncommon. So then I asked my neighbor buddy, actually the guy we always joke looks like you. I'm like, hey, Scott,
handsome fella.
He's beautiful hair on this guy too. We're like, hey, I'm like, Scott, do you have mice? He's like, oh God, every like spring transition and winter transition, it's like, I'll probably get 10 before we don't get any again. And then we found out our other neighbors down the block have like a horrible infestation going. And I was like, oh, man. I got these holes plugged. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Right.
Like my wife's like, we got to call somebody. Call somebody. Go ahead.
Do you have a sit down with like the mice and be like, look, if we're going to do this, we have to follow some general guidelines. Like just have like a convention with the mice, like a peace brokerage.
Yeah.
And figure it out and just be like, let's all live together like you did with the raccoon for a long time.
It's much like the raccoons. They were sitting there at dinner and I'm like, oh my God, they just keep coming. And then you feel bad because they are kind of cute, but like they're gross. They're so dirty. And my mom's like, look, the mice are bad. I understand. But I think the dead raccoon you had in your garbage can is worse. That's probably true. But same thing. Like, I honestly, if they like stick to their little corners in the kitchen, it's like, hey, shame on us if we left some crumbs and food out on the counter. Help yourself. I prefer if you don't shit all over my counters, but like, don't go into like the food. Don't go in the cabinets and like open stuff because I'll chew it open. That wasn't me being funny. Like,
no,
you can like, I'm good with it. If you keep it to the kitchen, you're not going in rooms, you're not chewing up clothes. Fine. I don't even care. Go for it.
Man, you're just giving up the kitchen right off the bat. Huh? At least like trying to negotiate to keep them like, look, the garage is your space, just like the raccoons.
Oh, the garage. Yeah. Raccoons have all the garbage you want.
Kitchen.
Just, if that's what it takes, don't chew up my wiring and electricity.
Right.
Just come out from behind the stove, go pick up some chips one of the kids left out. I don't care. But also, just go away. I don't want to see you. Go away.
Right.
Anyway, all right. So that's my new. I thought, oh, is that a mouse? No, it's my microphone.
Keep us up to date with Mouse Watch.
Wait till Raccoon Watch is like in full speed. Like God. The fox is back around, and that's the other thing too. The fox has been around again lately. Like living out of my neighbor's backyard. You're like, hey, fox. This is literally what you do. You eat rodents.
Right.
Get to work, bro.
Oh, man.
All right, anyway. That's some mice. Let's get to Gear Talk. Chris, this is Gear Talk. All right, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Sub 70 949X hybrid.
Right. As seen in your What's in the Box episode card. Cue the card. There it is.
Thanks, card. There she is. All right. I don't remember. Have we talked about this at all on this show or just in the unboxing?
We have not discussed this club.
Okay.
At all. Not even between the two of us privately.
Oh, there's no way that's true. Okay. So this sub 70 949X hybrid is kind of interesting. Right out of the gate, let's just say it is supposed to be an anti-left hybrid. And if you read the sub 70 949X product page on their website, they explain it as looking at the market, what's missing. And then, one of the things they said, a lot of good ball strikers don't like to play hybrids because hybrids tend to naturally want to hook a ball, and gear effect is terrible. Don't get me wrong, you can slice the living daylights out of them too, but
Sure.
they tend to like hard left shots, and those are very built into the club. A better player who's a good ball striker is going, well, if I'm not going to hit a 4-iron, a 3-iron, I still want to be able to shape my ball whichever way I want. I want to be able to hit a straight shot. I want to be able to flight it low, flight it high. I want that shot creativity. Maybe I just want it a little longer and some forgiveness, but I don't want to have to be fighting duck hooks with a normal swing.
Right. You don't want that sort of bias built into the club
At all.
You don't need it. Right.
Right. So
That's
people
interesting.
and that's where a lot of people go, oh, I'm going to play a utility iron then. But like utility irons generally aren't that forgiving.
Right. Then you go to the other side of the spectrum.
If you can like get it off the ground and you control it, which is pretty common for utility irons are not. People either love them or they don't. Like I tend to not get along with them great. I do like the sub 70. God, was it 999? Or is it nine? Now it's 699U. Right? 699U.
I played that. It's a good club. That's a good club.
It is a good club.
Yeah.
There's that one. There's the Tour Edge tie utility. I can hit those both pretty well, and I like them.
Yeah.
I can't hit Callaways to save my life. I can't hit Mizunos. Like they're not. It's like you're either good with them or you're not. So. Hey, what do you hit? What do you play? Well, I'm not going to play a hybrid because I don't want to hook them left. I just want to hit straight shots or with a little fade, whatever. And they went, how do we make that club something that player wants to play? And so they came up with the 949X. And it looks pretty gnarly. It's a weird looking hybrid. I'm not going to lie.
Tell me what's weird about it.
So first, the face sits a degree open, not super common. Square with some offset is pretty common with a fairway wood, but they don't really hybrid. Sorry, correct. Yep. They don't really sit open too often, and if you look at
that would be a little off-putting at first, just because it's like that's a different look.
The thing is about it, it's not, I want to say it's like 1 degree open. It's not crazy, but what gets you is this. When you stand over it, it's almost like it's pointy on the toe end. And helping with that open effect, it's almost like they shaved the face at the toe, like into the body of the head. So if you look at hybrids, they usually have maybe they have like a higher toe or whatever, but it's fairly square at the end. This thing is like they just lopped off into it, which also makes it look a little more open, right?
Okay.
It does look weird, but I will also say this to you. First time I used one, again, as I love to tell these stories, was last fall with Jason, with the prototype in his bag. I tee off on a pretty sick hole at a pretty sick golf course. And I go, oh, hit that pretty well. That's down there a ways. He's like, hey, try this new hybrid. I'm like, oh, cool. What's this? He's like, it's our new hybrid coming out next year. This is a prototype of it. It's anti-left, et cetera, et cetera. I want people to be able to swing it as hard as they can and not worry about it going left, which is the ultimate goal of this anti-left club. Like a good player can just take a good full swing and not have it overcook to the left.
Right.
So I take the club from him and I say to him, I go, this thing looks so weird. He goes, yeah, it's a little different looking. It took me one swing and I mean, I wasn't like, oh, love it first sight, but like it took me one swing and I'm like, okay, I'm over it. It looks fine. Like it looks fine behind the ball. I'm good with it. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you it doesn't take a little bit of like adjustment's not the right word because adjustment implies I needed time with it. I didn't as one, but it has a little bit of shock value when you look at it.
Yeah.
I'm well over it at this point. Don't worry. I got used to it. It is unique. That said, nice, shiny, polished, glossy black crown, nothing on it, smooth into a black face. It's a very smooth, silky looking hybrid. A true sub 70 fashion, minimal branding on the bottom and all that. But in terms of how it actually plays, they're dead on with this anti-left thing. Can you draw it? Can you hook it? Sure. A golf swing is a golf swing.
Sure.
But you have a sound swing on you. It is, again, it's designed for the better player. If you can swing the club hard with a relatively decent swing, this club wants to keep the ball straight. It wants to keep the ball from going left by all means. And two, like Jason said, swing it as hard as you can and see if it goes left. It didn't. I didn't slice it either. Like I hit a nice straight bullet. And that was with his prototype back in the day. It was a little, he was playing in a higher loft. So, I got some good air under it. But they sent me a 3 hybrid. And I mean, I can just hit lasers with this thing. And then I go, oh, I need to float this one in for a nice soft landing on like a 220 yard par 3. No problem. So you can hit whatever shot you need to hit with it. And that's the whole point. Anti-left, but creativity. They designed it so like you can hit all those different shots. You can get creative with it instead of like I can hit high and I can hit it with a draw and just get a long shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is good. Yeah. That's good for some people. We talked about a hybrid right before
some people need that. Sure.
Yeah. We talked about a hybrid right before we came onto the show where we're like, man, that thing's awesome. And it is. It's very good. But it's like, you want to hit long and straight, long with a little draw. Get that distance and find a fairway. It's great. But when you want to start getting cute at 215 to 230 yards, you need some playability in the club. So I'm not going to tell you it's an iron replacement, but
it does sound so. As you were describing it, what I was kind of thinking was, no, I wouldn't call it an iron replacement, but it is a more forgiving and more easier to hit long iron. So like, I feel like the reason people play the longer irons is for that playability, right? To be able to do different things with the ball. And this kind of helps do that and kind of replace an iron.
Do you know,
while not having all the, the offset of your traditional hybrid now.
I remember years ago, Ian Poulter posted something like going through his clubs with his caddy, like hitting him on the range and stuff. And his caddy said something to him about like, oh, here, all right. And then your rescue club. And he got like kind of mad at him. He's like, it's not a rescue club. It is a utility club. And it's just like, obviously Ian Poulter is my guy, but a little bit of a head case. It's like rescue implies I need to be rescued. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I think like that's what I'd say, that this is a good example of this is utility. This is a hybrid. It's not a rescue club. I mean, sure, if you can play it, like it'll bail you out, but like you want some ease of play that maybe doesn't come in a 2 iron. Yeah, this has you. Right. But if you think like I don't think I'm going to be able to hit a 6 foot off the ground, 210 yard carry shot with this thing. You know what I mean?
Of course. Right.
But I also don't think like it's nowhere near a mini fairway wood. So I hate saying stuff like this on the show. It's so like, it sounds so hyperbolic. I don't know many clubs like this in golf. And like for better or worse, I've never seen, and call me crazy, maybe like some old school Adams, the really tiny Adams idea, peanut hybrids. Like I can't think of anything else I've ever seen like this in a hybrid. It's a wild club. And they do have, I don't know how well you've seen in the pictures, but they have a weight in the sole in the toe section and then in the middle. The middle is your basic, like that's to get your lower center of gravity, but being forward, it's going to keep your spin down a bit. And that's the other thing too. Like it's not a big spin monster either. You have to generate the spin with your golf swing, but having this other weight toward the toe makes the toe almost like lag as it's coming through, right? Because it's heavier, it's going to lag coming through. Guess what that means? The face stays more open or straight and doesn't want to go left. Imagine that. Right. So I don't know. It's one of those things. Cool. Don't forget.
Not only is it a very unique design, it's a very unique price. As only sub 70 really can do.
Go find something for $149. That's a current year model because that's what this costs. $149. And I'll be honest. I expected to get this club and be like, okay, cool. Yeah, I hit it once before, and it's interesting and it's neat. But it's again in true them fashion. I'm like, this seems
good work, man.
It's pretty awesome, and pretty excited about this. I had this VA Shafts Rigine hybrid shaft laying around from. I was thinking like, because I reviewed it on Drive Range Heroes. Nope, sure didn't. It's from the old website.
Oh, wow.
I still had it. And I'm like, well, now I just found something else I can review on driverangeheroes.com. But this combo, this Rigine hybrid combo, oh, man.
Yeah.
So, this club, you remember the first time I got this out, I texted you. I was like, hey, you getting your hands on one of these? It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. So that's it, man. $149. I can't remember all the shaft options they have for it, but in true sub 70 fashion, they don't have something you want. You just go, hey, I was hoping I could get it with this shaft. They'll find it. They always do.
They figure it out.
Anti-left, easy to hit, bombs, missiles, all the exciting buzzwords you want to hear about hitting a golf club. This thing legit does it. It feels so good. It's way more, we didn't even get into like the sole and turf interaction. I have notes on it. Real smooth. I will tell you this. You don't have to be a scratch player to hit it because it's geared towards that player. That's sort of the fun thing to talk about. But the reality is it's not a hard to hit hybrid, and it doesn't mean it won't work for you. So don't write it off if you're like a 10 or whatever. It's really what kind of hybrids work for you and what don't. But for $150, it's as much as you're going to spend on a used club of any of the other major brands anyway. So you might as well give it a whirl if you're looking for the perfect hybrid. All right. Any other questions? Anything else we need to cover?
It's pretty good, man.
All right, everybody. The sub 70.
Check out the full review on drivingrangeheroes.com.
This is my guy. That's my guy. That's why Chris is the best. Thank you, Chris, for the plug. All right. That's Gear Talk, bud. All right, Chris, we would be remiss to not talk about
golf show law requires us to discuss the major that occurred this past.
I think it's your YouTube channel. Like they probably would get me by association, but I think you'd get arrested if we did it.
Sure.
Yeah.
If there's copyright violations, not talking about the golf major.
Mm-hmm. Those
are the two big ones.
So if you don't know,
yeah, there was a Masters event that took place over the weekend. Took place over the weekend, and good friend of the show, Hideki Matsuyama, came out on top, which was I don't know. Did you watch a lot of the Sunday version, the Sunday rounds?
Yeah, it's
because it was kind of
yeah. I would say
it was kind of a disaster. It was kind of a disaster.
I don't know. All right, so here let's go back to the beginning. I think.
All right.
It was the most eventful, boring, exciting Masters ever.
I agree.
Think of,
but you had to be a real golf nerd, I feel like, to really appreciate it. Because do you think so a lot of people tune in just for the Masters, right? So the whole Will Zalatoris, storyline, I don't know if they really appreciated that.
Hang randomness. On. Let's pause his storyline.
Okay.
The golf nerd part of it, it's like, which I still don't even understand half of it. And I think it's safe to say I'm a golf nerd, as much as I don't want to be.
Yes, you qualify. Yeah.
But, I have Monday Q info on speed dial. Like, just saying.
Right.
Hey, how about that text where he's like, you have my cell phone number, right?
I know, that was fun.
Or that tweet. And you think you did the Forrest Gump or one of the waves.
I did the what is it? What's the movie? The dude is like, hey,
Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. Anyway, here's where the general public, I think, loved the tune in just for the Masters crowd. Loved this year's Will Zalatoris story. I don't know if you heard this joke yet. He looks just like the first caddy from Happy Gilmore. Did you know that?
I had not heard that.
It's the first time you've heard this?
I had, yeah. That's
Chris. Go Google Will Zalatoris.
Crazy.
Don't look in All Golf Instagram because you won't see it there. Go Google the first caddy from Happy Gilmore and Will Zalatoris.
The golf social media world can just, it's kind of funny that you say that because on golf Twitter, I was like, seriously, by the end of Saturday, I was like, I have to stop following so many golf accounts because after a while it becomes just this horrible echoing chamber, man, like this echo chamber. And when it's a bad joke like that, when it's one of those things, it's like, okay, I know everyone's seen it.
I mean, you don't even follow your partner in crime. I shared our last week's YouTube video and you didn't even retweet it because you can't take the echo chamber anymore.
Is that true? Is that true? I must have meant to at a different time and I forgot or something. Like I needed to space it out or something.
By the way, off camera topic where it's like, this is what I'm saying about your equilibrium. It's off right now. And I mean, it is off. Dude, I get it. I'm with you on it. I support you with it. Yeah. But I'm like, this guy never misses a beat. He's got things. Well, we both do recently, having things occupying our beats.
It's true.
I think that's a thing. T-shirt, occupying your beats. But yeah, so Will Zalatoris, for those that don't know the story with him, I still don't fully get it. It's something like he would be, with his finish at the Masters, would be 9th on the FedEx money list, but he's not a member of the PGA Tour. He's a member on Korn Ferry. But in the last two, and I think Monday Q Info said on Twitter today, in the last two majors he's played in, he's only lost to 6 people.
It's true.
Like that's how well he's finished.
The way that he got into the Masters was because of his finish at the US Open.
Okay. That was my question. All right.
Yeah. So that's how he got the berth. So he's top 10 US Open, got the automatic invite to the Masters. Now he finished second. So he's got another invite next year to the Masters. But he's if he wants to play a PGA Tour event like next week, he's got to win. He's got to go through the qualifying.
He has to Monday Q or he has to, and that's what killed me. He's like, they said if he the only way he can get any, I think, and I don't know if I'm right, maybe Monday Q Info will watch for us and tell us. I think if he were to win a PGA tournament, all the FedEx Cup points he didn't get might convert. I'm also not sure about that. But what I do understand is if he were to win on the PGA Tour, now he has status, right? And he can start gaining FedEx points. And then again, Ryan tweets that him and Sophia Popov should start a podcast about professional status. And Sophia Popov replies, I listen. It's like, oh, man, Ryan gets the best replies. And then he said this too, and I don't know if this is true, but it could be. Somebody asked him, solo second check is worth how many wins on Korn Ferry Tour? And he said 11. Wow. He said 11. Oh my God. I don't know if that's a real number because if you know Ryan too, he's also a funny guy. Ryan's a funny guy.
He also, right.
Like I love
stuff up sometimes.
I love it so much, but also I'm like, you son of a bitch! Would you just give me an answer, Ryan? When we went and did, because I'm such a humanitarian. When I went with Ryan to pick up stuff for that Christmas thing he did for the needy kids, the whole time I'm like, would you just give me a straight answer? I can't read you. It's like, no, I'm serious. Go grab like 13 gloves. I was like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? You guys are the best. So the Zalatoris story is cool. So back to it was exciting. It was boring. Like everybody was getting US Open on day one. Justin Rose shoots. I want to say it was like 22 under par, something like that on day one.
or seven, whatever.
At one point though, he was like 10 under through 9 under through 10 holes. I was like, man. So, and then, he's leading after 2 rounds, and Justin Rose, he's always been close and never won at the Masters. And I was pulling for him. I love Justin Rose.
Same.
Same. In so many ways. Maybe we'll just do a whole Justin Rose show someday. Just such a great guy.
Yep. Justin Rose appreciation show.
I'll do it.
Let's schedule it up.
We will do that. So, but it's like the up and down golf of the first 2 days was actually pretty exciting because who was in contention aside from Will Zalatoris, who was in contention of this tournament changed every day.
It changed by I feel like the whole, you would just, at one point it was just everyone was within a shot of Justin Rose. And meanwhile, Justin Rose is shooting the most hardworking, even par round you've ever seen. Like the guy was just,
and it was such mess. And that's your golf nerd topic. Like it was such a good round of golf just to shoot even par. And I think
God,
Mark Leishman played some unreal golf. I want to say it was either Friday or Saturday. I can't remember, but it's like the guys, you could be 11 strokes off the lead on Saturday and you were still in it, you know?
Yeah.
And
then for one fleeting moment on Sunday, Schauffele was there between the walk from green to tee. He was there and then he wasn't.
I personally thoroughly enjoyed this Masters.
Same. 100%.
I will say it was more of a golfer's dream than everybody tune in. Obviously Augusta always looks good. I do think it looks a lot better with fewer fans. I enjoyed the look. It was cool to see it in the fall as an anomaly, but the big one was first time seeing Saracen Bridge without a grandstand behind it. It was awesome. Yep. Awesome. So it's nice to see people there and having some buzz, but it was so nice to be there's the golf course.
You get a much better feel for the golf course and how holes work with one another and that whole kind of thing. And
so
much better.
I enjoyed it. I did take a break today, Sunday, as we're recording. Midday, I said, all right, Hideki's sort of on cruise control. To be fair, I think we left. Yeah, it's right after he teed off. And went to the driving range. And tell me who doesn't do that on Masters Week? Oh, golf started.
It's true, man. It's very true. So who'd you go with? It's a little family outing, little family,
starting
excursion?
this week. Start getting Dad for my birthday. I want to go play golf at the driving range. I'm like, what? How about for your birthday, Liam, my 4-year-old, when you turn 5? Yeah. I'm like, let's get a cart and go play some real golf on the course. No, I just want to go to the driving range. And then my daughter,
he just wants to be a hero, man. He just wants to be.
I couldn't be prouder. I'm like, you don't need to ever play a golf course. Just get all the gear, go to the driving range, get 7 jumbo buckets. Do
they even know about Top Golf yet?
I think my daughter might. My son doesn't.
Okay.
But
that place is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get into it. We'll get him going there for sure. Hey, Uncle Chris called. Liam, fine. Madeline, you want to go too because you FOMO. You can come with. We'll go meet Uncle Chris at Top Golf.
That's right.
So then my daughter here, of course, she wants to go too, and she drives me crazy. She's 8.5, turns 9 in 2 months. She's so friggin' athletic, such good eye-hand coordination. But she loves being the kid. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm hesitant to say
really
it this way.
Plays it up.
I'm dumb. And I will tell you, and she's been to the driving range a million times. She's walking out into the grass. I'm like, get back here. And then she's I'm dressing a ball about to swing. And she's coming and walking up and trying to grab golf balls from even though she has a full pile by herself. I'm like, I think I said to him, Madeline, I'm going to kill you. You know what you're doing. Go stand over there. And also she's I don't know. And this is my favorite. I don't know how to hold a golf club. I don't know where to stand. I'm like, I know you do. I know you do. So then I put it I am testing golf shafts for my driver. So I take a loose shaft and I lay it down. I go, just keep your toes behind this. She just starts standing on my $500 golf shaft, just right on it. And then finally after so I ended up going with her, my son and my wife. We had family outing at this place and it's a very family friendly driving range. I'll just say that. And, finally my wife got through to her and she's like, would you just stop? You know what you're doing to her. All of a sudden my daughter's just, she's 8 and isn't a golfer, just cracking 30-yard drives, getting them in the air, whatever, having a great time.
That's awesome. Yeah.
My 4-year-old was hit or miss. He was more into literally just like pushing the ball off of his mat just into the grass in front of him. Like, I need to take a break. My daughter would be like, oh, well, I have snacks in my bag. And so every 2 times you like roll a ball into the grass. Oh, I need to take a break. Another snack. So I ended up hitting
funds.
Right. And she's like, what color gum do you want, Liam? But it was fun. It was kind of nice because one, we're outside. It's Masters weekend. And
sure,
you know, you need like 2 months of like, oh my God, I'm outside after the winters we have here. But man, I was doing like, they're old enough. They can kind of like, once you scream at them like a good 10 minutes, literally so they don't get killed. It's not like you're annoying me. It's like, you're going to kill each other. Once we got through that, they're pretty, self-managed. I mean, I was testing, I'm getting very close to honing in on my 2021 bag. Got a lot of testing in with shaft testing. You and I are scheduling very soon equipment swap for this purpose.
It's true.
Can't wait, but I might almost be there. And I'm pretty excited about what my golf bags looking like, largely based on this session. So we're getting there. And so tell me about your range sessions. I was there with a bunch of rugrats. What were you up to at the driving range?
I was there Friday night with my one and only son.
Let me interrupt you.
The youngest of the 3. Okay.
I just got 2 text messages. My wife knows that we're recording. It won't bother me during this usually. I saw 2 text messages. I went,
oh God
damn it. It's another mouse. No, it looks to be a comedic video that she said, I just about peed my pants. So if it's that funny that she's like, I know you're doing this right now, but I got to get this to you. I'm only interrupting you to tell you I was about to lose my shit if it was a mouse. I've killed 6 mouses in 3 nights. If we already got one by 10 o'clock on night 4, I'm going to go crazy. Anyway,
that's brutal.
Not what it is. You and young Robert.
Yes, that's right. Roberto himself, Bobby Boy, went to the range with me. He was the recipient of a set of the E521 series from Tour Edge for Christmas. So he was very excited. He was honestly, he doesn't play any golf. He's played once with me. But we've done Top Golf and hit some shots on the range, but now he's got his own clubs. Right. So he was chomping at the bit to get out. So he and I went out and I had some toys that I was testing as well, but I mostly let him kind of take over the mat and get some instruction and hit some balls because I could tell that he was excited to do so. And you can also see, he's old, right? He's a college kid.
But he's so old.
But he's never played before. I mean, compared to your kids, right? He's 19 years old. And he's never played golf. He didn't play baseball. You can kind of start to see the roots take hold of his golf obsession because he had somewhere else to be. Like we like to go out at night, and we got there around 7:30, and we were going to hit balls for about an hour because he had somewhere else to be at 9 o'clock. And I was the one that had to tell him, like, dude, you should probably get going, because he would have stayed there and hit balls and continued to work. He is
the age. It's the best worst age for golf. Like you want to get infected now. Yeah. This is the time, and because you start going like, man, everything youthful is behind me now. This is sweet. I got a new thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so we're already making plans to go and start hitting some short courses, because there's a short course you can play under the lights, kind of halfway in between the 2 of us. So we're going to meet there, and it's open super late, which is awesome because he and I are both a bit of night owls. So you want to come?
Yes. Where is it?
All right. Des Plaines.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm in.
It's awesome, dude. It's under the lights. We go late at night because it's open till like midnight. So we head out there at like 10 o'clock at night, play for an hour on the short course.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It's super fun, dude. It's for real fun. You have never been there?
No, I didn't even know it was a thing.
Oh man. Yeah. It's a cool place. Super cool place.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do that this summer. It's really fun in the summer. What is, let's move on to, week in review. What's on the website now?
Oh my gosh. So I had, like I said, picking the topic today was somewhat difficult because, again, I know we've been talking about sub 70 a lot lately, and there's a lot going on in Drive Range Heroes content this month, already into next month. I mean, I got a lot of stuff, but Chris was pretty confident. Let's talk about this hybrid. We also have this week another putter vault entry, which I think I've already mentioned in the show, but
yeah,
I have my tour issue Odyssey White Hot XG7. White Hot XG is probably one of the most classic Odyssey lines ever. So much so, here in the year 2021, they've basically re-released with a little more modernization the XG line. And the White Hot 7, I don't know if anybody knew this. The 7 shape by Odyssey is pretty popular. People like that one.
I've heard that.
Right.
Yeah. I've heard that.
But you go back, like Luke Donald, when he was number 1 in the world, he was playing a White Hot XG heavy. Couldn't get it in retail, and they eventually did. It is a bigger head profile. Him and Henrik both played it, and they did release a 7 in this larger head profile and other models, but not in the XG. Then on tour, you could get these like chrome. What do they call them? Like butane bronze color, as opposed to your standard like matte silver stainless steel. Couldn't get it at retail. Eventually they came out with a line called White Hot Tour, which was like a gold color. But it wasn't the same. It's like a deep, almost like mahogany gold stainless steel. It's very cool. It's not a simple torch. I don't know what they use to do it. But it's like, and a lot of players did use this one as well. I have an Ian Poulter theme going with this series of putters I'm on right now. This was basically the same putter he used when he single-handedly won the Ryder Cup at Medina.
Yeah.
But he won a couple other tournaments, and a lot of guys played these things. And it's funny when he won, when the Ryder Cup happened and he was so successful with that putter, the White Hot Tour 7, which was like the bigger footprint, and it's a gold color, similar gold color. These things were on closeout for like $50, $40.
Wow.
Started selling for $400.
Yeah.
I mean, just people were sucking them up. It was a hot putter. So I've had one for a while, and it just so happens I've always loved that putter shape going back to college. Like, I mean, I was a big fan of it. So I'm like, that's what I need in my golf nerd putter collection. So I talk about that. Check that out.
Okay.
And we have a new brand in the Drive Range Heroes content stable, Nippon. Very familiar with Nippon. I've used it plenty in the past, but we haven't ever gotten anything going here at driverangeheroes.com. And maybe some swift, smooth talking from a certain friend of mine helped get that going. Thank you very much, Chris. And we reviewed the Nippon Regio Formula MB Plus this week. In short, we'll talk about it probably in a future show.
Yeah, I was going to say, bring it to a show for sure. Yeah.
The theory with these Nippon graphite shafts now, because Nippon's been long known for high-end, just tremendous steel iron shafts and wedge shafts.
Yeah.
But it came out with a few years ago with graphite lines that were supposed to be like seamless transitions into graphite if you play certain irons. That's what this is. Got a review on that. Went up on Wednesday. Check that out. Your
Sweet.
turn. What's up with Origin Story? What do you got going on? Even Origin Stories or otherwise?
I really only have origin stories going on, really. No. What do we have going on? We still have got the David Adele episode out there for people to listen to. And this week, my guest is a man named Pete Popovich.
Okay. No
No relation to Greg, but still an interesting human being. He's out in South Carolina. He's got his own podcast called Golf 360. He's got a website called The Golf Paradigm, and he's a coach, and he's got an interesting show. His show is very long form. It's kind of like the Joe Rogan podcast kind of thing, where they just like hang out for 3-4 hours. But he talks to a lot of people about not just golf. It's kind of like business success and the mental side of the game and those sorts of things. So we talk about that. We talk about, he also tried to make the tour. So we talk about the mini tour life that he lived for a couple of years. And yeah, it's pretty fun.
I do want to say, you mentioned your David Adele podcast. We will discuss the wedges in a future episode, but I've had him out a couple times now, and couple times now. And I brought, they were also in the bag for said range session today. And sneak peek, this is not an audio show, so you see these gestures I'm making.
Yeah, we need to get together and do a little thing about those. I feel like a little review thing.
I think we both know some guys. We can do that.
Yeah. So because I have lots of questions. I want to see how they work. I want to see them in real life. I want to see, how you swap out weights. I want to see.
I would be interested to see. So in short, these weights change really how well you slot the club. It's not so much about like,
right.
It's not so much about.
It has nothing to do with CG or spin or anything.
It's like it does, but the ultimate thing they found, it wasn't about like so much. Distance, flight, this, that, whatever. It's like people groove their clubs better. And I was really excited about it because they said, most people, when they test these things, are better with the heavier part. There's CG moved away from the center. Right. And I'm like, oh, that's going to be kind of a big deal. Again, sneak peek. I was disappointed to find out. No, I'm the best with it in the center. I'm not a cool, like you got, this is mind blowing.
You're the 20%. You're the 20% that.
And I don't think that's like the special, like, oh, you're a unique snowflake. Like, no, I'm boring. That's what that means.
Right.
But they're,
I would like to compare. That's part of the video idea was like, I would like to see you and how you hit it and swing it and where the weight goes for you compared to like me and see how it adjusts.
Look. Oh, I had my second shot on Wednesday, or yesterday as you're watching this, I did my second shot. We can like go in each other's houses soon.
Pretty soon, man. I'm getting the balcony out here set up for guests when they come visit us.
I'll bring my grill gloves. We'll make s'mores. It's gonna be awesome.
I got a s'mores maker for the grill.
I know. That's why I said it. I think that's how I learned about the grill gloves.
That's right.
All right, this has been a long show. I don't think we expected to talk about the driving range that long, the Masters, or just the end of the show. Like we say, secondcitygolf.com, go buy our merchandise. Only because we want you to help tell people about us. We're not I swear to God, we aren't making money off. God, we wish we were. We're not. We're not making money off of this.
No.
Go to Chris McEwen's various locations you can find via at Chris McEwen. I'm over at Range Heroes, driverangeheroes.com. You want to read some of this stuff. What else? I know. Did we remind you guys yet to subscribe to the Chris's channel here? Hit the bell, like and subscribe, all of that business. Hey, leave us some comments. Tell us what you want us to talk about. Obviously, we can talk about anything. So
we did get we got a Mizuno review request, so we're going to work on that.
Did you shoot some notes off? Like, hey, just saying, get the people, help get the people with
my guy anyways.
Here's what I want you to say to him. Say it to him in your words, but this message. It's not us. Give the people what they want.
Right. Oh, real quick. We'll end this marathon of a show. Someone commented on one of our shows around the Tour Edge stuff.
Yep.
And it was a woman, and she was saying that she couldn't get her hands on any women or even senior shafts to try to get fit for some of the Tour Edge stuff. And I meant to reply to it, and I accidentally deleted the comment. So, but I did reach out to our Tour Edge people, and they are willing to help. So if she is watching this episode, I know it's towards the end. Maybe next week we'll do it right at the beginning.
Yeah,
or when we do a Tour Edge thing. I went to her YouTube page and like tried to leave a comment, but I don't know if it'll work. But just in case,
do you know what I haven't done to you in a while that I'm going to do to you right now? Told you you're an idiot.
I cannot tell you how angry I was at myself for how long
That's
after that happened.
I would say that's sort of the penance I get out of this, because I do know you, and like the unreasonable amount of fury you probably had over it.
You would, the hours, I am not lying about this. You'll believe it. The hours I spent Googling how to restore a deleted comment.
I mean, in your head, you've ended up at like, this is as bad as like you stole her child from her.
Right.
And it's a YouTube comment. So yes, listen,
I know.
I was texting with Tour Edge this weekend. If we're Tour Edge guys, let us know what you need.
Yeah,
ma'am. I know you're not supposed to say ma'am. I don't know her name. I don't know anything about her.
Right.
She
knows who she is, and
Ms.
she can reach out
Ms.
to me. Yeah.
I think that's a safe one.
Lady.
My friend.
Right, there you go.
Get back to us. We'll make sure you get squared away one way or another. All right.
That's right.
I'm really excited about that. Actually, now this I almost feel like we're on some weird Where's Waldo pursuit to solve this problem. And I love it. Love it. All right. I think that's good. That Range Life, episode 64 in the books. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, I'm going to sign off now and go see if I killed any more mice. See you next week.